Throughout its history, Africa has been a center of trade, innovation, and cultural exchange, with civilizations like the Kingdom of Aksum in East Africa and the Mali Empire in West Africa flourishing as hubs of commerce and scholarship. Here are some interesting things and places scientists have discovered in Africa. Culturally, Africa is incredibly diverse, with thousands of ethnic groups, languages, and traditions. It has a complex history shaped by ancient civilizations like the Egyptians, Kushites, and Nubians. Africa is here to surprise you. Let's go. The natural diving blue hole of death is located in Egypt, along the Red Sea shoreline. The blue hole is an underwater wonder that has captured the hearts of divers and adventurers for generations. It is located in Dahab and boasts a depth of over 100 meters. Divers must be certified and experienced in deep diving to explore its depths safely. However, for those who are brave enough to take the plunge, the rewards are immense schools of colorful fish and vibrant coral that can be spotted in the deep blue waters. However, the blue hole's beauty is also laced with catastrophes. Although there is no official record, some estimate the number of diving casualties to be as high as 200 in recent years. Among them was Yuri Lipsky, a Russian-Israeli diving instructor, whose tragic demise became the talk of the diving world in April 2000. It has claimed the lives of many inexperienced divers, earning it a reputation as one of the most dangerous diving spots in the world. Lipsky wore a helmet camera and an air tank, packed weights into his belt, and dove into the blue hole. He never came out. Divers are vulnerable to nitrogen at depths of more than 300 feet. Despite the risks, narcotics can create hallucinations, overconfidence, confusion, and poor judgment, all of which can result in catastrophic blunders. A lot of people who are willing to push themselves to the edge and discover the unknown are drawn to hole, which is like a siren's call that is too strong to refuse. So in summing up, the blue hole is a submarine sinkhole, reaching depths of over 100 meters, 328 feet. Its mesmerizing blue color and clear waters attract divers from around the globe. However, it's also known for its depth and the potential dangers associated with diving to great depths, earning it the nickname the Diver's Cemetery. Despite its risks, it remains a popular destination for experienced divers seeking an exhilarating underwater adventure. Flay deep in the Namib Desert. It's difficult to imagine, but just 900 years ago, Dead Fly, which translates to dead marsh, was a thriving oasis teeming with life and vitality. However, as the climate dried up and the desert expanded, the valley became cut off from its water source by towering sand dunes. The once rich forest died, leaving behind only the skeletons of the trees that still stand today as stark silhouettes against the sky, their twisted branches reaching up like similar to bony fingers. Photographers, filmmakers, travelers, and others from all over the world have come to this location to witness its eerie beauty because of the extreme dryness of the area, which has prevented the trees from decaying and keeping them preserved as spooky and disturbing remnants of the past. The stark and ethereal ambiance created by the contrast between the blackened trees and the white clay pan and the absence of any flora in the vicinity gives you the impression that you are in a far, forgotten location. New continent and ocean in the heart of East Africa, the dividing of Africa. For millions of years, the African continent has been slowly tearing apart, and the Afar region is ground zero for this incredible event. Deep in East Africa, in the Far region of Ethiopia, is a geological phenomenon that has captured the attention of scientists and adventurers alike. The intersection of three tectonic plates is where the distant region is situated because of the continuous pushing and pulling of the Nubian, Arabian, and Somalian plates against one another. The Earth's crust in this region is incredibly thin, allowing magma from the mantle to rise to the surface and creating a landscape of volcanoes, hot springs, and geysers. The only indication of this slow but constant process of splitting Africa is a 35-mile split that emerged in 2005. This unstable environment is what is causing Africa to split apart. The split, which is more than 50 feet deep and 65 feet wide, is situated in the East African Rift Valley. According to scientific predictions, the fissure will widen and split Africa into two continents in millions of years. because the larger continent will eventually contain everything else, and the smaller one will contain modern-day Somalia, portions of Kenya, Ethiopia, and Tanzania. A new ocean will eventually form between East Africa and the Arabian Peninsula. This makes it possible for nations like Kenya and Uganda to create a shoreline as a result of the new ocean dinosaurs in Zimbabwe. Earlier than the present. The Amberosaurus rothi, Africa's oldest dinosaur, was discovered by a group of scientists during 2 expeditions in 2017 and 2019. The dinosaur was found in Zimbabwe's isolated wilderness. The name Amberosaurus, which derives from the Shona language of the area where the fossils were discovered, honors paleontologist Michael Rath, who was the first to report fossils in the area. The Eperosaurus rothi is thought to have roamed the Earth over 230 million years ago during the Jurassic period. It was a small herbivorous dinosaur that measured about 6 feet in length and weighed about 60 pounds. Its long neck and narrow body allowed it to reach for vegetation in hard-to-reach places, while the discovery of the Amberosaurus rothi is undoubtedly exceeding. Researchers are thrilled at the possibilities it presents for uncovering more information about Africa's prehistoric past. The finding suggests that Zimbabwe was once home to a diverse range of dinosaurs, and further exploration could yield even more fascinating discoveries. Number Sahara's Eye and the vanished city of the Atlantean. The Risha Formation, often known as the Blue Eye of the Sahara, is a geological marvel located in Mauritania's enormous Sahara Desert. This breathtaking site is a natural wonder that has baffled scientists and enthralled travelers for decades. The circular formation is one of the biggest and most remarkable objects visible from orbit, with a diameter of about 50 kilometers. The Risha Formation is centered on an elevated plateau that is more than 600 feet above the desert floor. A sequence of ridges and valleys formed by concentric rings of rock surround the plateau, giving the structure the appearance of a massive bullseye. The actual rock strata are composed of. Scientists believe that the structure was formed by a combination of volcanic activity and erosion of ancient sedimentary rocks, including sandstone and limestone, which gradually exposed the different layers of rock and created the unique circular pattern. However, some people have different theories about the origin of this mysterious structure. Although there is no hard proof to back up this theory, some people find it intriguing that the reach-out structure's circular shape and concentric rings could indicate that it was man-made construction rather than a natural formation. Whether it is a man-made structure or the remnants of the lost city of Atlantis, there are theories about it. Vanished civilization. The reach-out structure is still capturing people's attention in the